Hello comrades, welcome back to another video. Here today, we have some spicy Heroes and Generals videos coming out again. I know I haven't been active in like, a month? I've just been lazy. And a lot of schoolwork. I can't say that about Thanksgiving break, I was just lazy, but you know, high school is fun, Kappa. Anyways, here we have special guest man, person, flying cow. The actual demon of the skies. Just look into his eyes. The look of pure evil. But anyways, he's here for a special reason, and that would be there's some very special changes coming to the planes. And that would be, one, the mechanics of the planes are being changed, so they feel more realistic. I'll show you later. And two, 3 new planes coming. Those 3 new planes aren't anything special, don't get too excited, they're just tier 1 biplanes, but they have a special feature about them that I'll show later. You probably heard about it, but we'll say, if you haven't, it's quite special. Anyways, let's get into it. Alright, so, first up on the changes, we have, as I said, changes to the mechanics of the planes. So first you would notice here that in the middle here, or to the right of the aiming reticule right here, we have a throttle bar. They've changed the flight mechanics so that they're more realistic, and as Flying Cow later says in the video, the planes felt kinda like UFOs. They would just turn on a dime. It was really unrealistic. It felt really weird to me. That's why I just never really played pilots. Also because I had a big fear of flying cows just destroying me. And P-38s. They're spooky. Anyways, basically flying at high speeds, well, first of all, holding W will increase speed, holding S will decrease the throttle, or speed, whatever you want to call it, and this white bar indicates your total speed. Basically, they've made planes faster, like overall, they've actually come close to the actual speeds they were in real life, which is nice. And the monoplanes, yeah, that's the word I was looking for. The monoplanes have a higher overall speed now compared to the old monoplanes or the ones in the live build, and biplanes basically have the top speed of the old monoplanes or the live monoplanes, whatever you want to call them. So basically, higher top speed for new monoplanes and pretty good speed for biplanes, so that's nice. And basically, a lot of outplay is gonna happen now. And ooh, spicy. Also, the higher speed you are, the harder it is to maneuver your plane now. And if you're at combat speed, which is the default speed as shown here, then you can maneuver around faster, you can turn faster. Oh, sorry about that. I don't know what that was, but basically you can turn faster, you can maneuver faster. It's just more realistic, like it was real life. That's really nice. Glad to see they're going a bit more War Thunder, a bit less World of Warplanes, World of Tanks, and hopefully within the next few builds we will be able to see some more realistic changes to tanks as well. I mean, I'm fine with having health bars as long as, you know, shooting the Commander's cupola doesn't like just damage half the vehicle and then another shot to the cupola just exploding the vehicle. That's absolutely ridiculous. Hopefully we'll see a change to that, but we're not talking about tanks today, we're talking about planes. So the planes! Yes! The mechanics are being changed. That's good. Let's move on. As you probably saw flying around in the background there was one of the new planes. That would be for the Germans. Yeah. And by the way, each of the biplanes have the respective machine guns on the backsides, which I'll show in a bit. Let's move on. So, the recon planes. The recon planes, as you would notice, they seem to be in different slots. Very nice. So you don't have to change the your planes every time you want to play a different plane. So they have a new assault team, and as you can see, there's a tiny thing extruding out of the bottom of those things. I'm not going to say, but tiny thing extruding and a diagonal line, which means a recon plane team, assault team, boy. Yeah! So, basically we've got two different assault teams for the two different types of planes. Hopefully, in the future, they'll add a bomber assault team. Hint, hint. But a key feature about these planes and the new mechanic is that while you're waiting for your plane to be ready to spawn again, as you can probably see in the bottom right, there is something that says E and then hold to fight as support gunner. Hopefully you can see that clearly. I can. Yeah. So let's just move on a bit. While you're waiting, you can hold E to deploy into a secondary gunner position in a friendly plane. Only pilots can deploy into a secondary gunner position, and when it says your character and then your plane is ready to deploy, you can undeploy at any time without any cost, and basically just spawn in your own plane. So here, it's just something fun to do, you know, support your teammate, whatever, while you're waiting for your own plane to spawn. That's nice. Really thinking about the downtime that you have in between spawns, which can really feel like forever when you're just vying to get back into the battle. But sadly enough, it's only for pilots. I never play pilots. I always like tanker or something because I'm good at ground. Just get destroyed in planes. Anyways, key feature. This is nice. This is the Henschel HS-126B1. That would be for the German faction, and as you can see, each of the biplanes is going to have the respective Tier 1 machine gun on the back of the planes. So here we have the MG34 on the back of the Henschel, and let's move on to their what is it? Let's move on to the American one, because that's next. Alright, so here we have the Curtiss 052 Owl? Yeah, Owl. Basically, by the way, I forgot to mention, all the recon planes only have machine guns for main guns, but there will be different ammunition types available, such as HE and HE and APCR. So that's interesting to say the least. So here we have the Curtiss 052 Owl. Yes, Curtiss, with two S's for some reason. But, as you can see, it's a chubby little plane, kind of like an owl. It's
really
it's interesting. And it's actually a monoplane. I just realized it's not a biplane like the other two. So that's pretty sick. Just have him look around a bit more, and then we'll move on to the Soviet plane, which actually has some pretty ugly sights. But something I do want you guys to see is this sick cockpit action. So let's just skip ahead a bit. Wait. So as he switches to the back, the cockpit opens up, which is pretty donk. And you have a really wide field of view, by the way, when firing with the rear machine gun. So that's pretty cool. Very nice. Let's move on to the Poliparkov, I believe. Here we have the Poliparkov RZ. Well, he's gonna spawn it real quick. I love how it spawns in, by the way. Just kind of abandons the other plane. You know, like spawns out of it. That's sick. So here we have the RZ. Quite thin. It has a DP-28. It looks like on the back. Actually, that might be the later version. Can't remember the name, but it was a DP something. It has a smaller drum magazine,
He's going down pretty fast. I don't think he can recover
but
from this.
it was used later war and is better, and they're just laughing about their comrade there just sitting in the plane as it goes down, by the way. So here we have Fully Barkov. Yeah, looks pretty nice, except for these sights, which you'll see in a bit. This is actually quite nasty. Have a look at this. So, I think that's on the real RZ plane, but it's still kinda... Ooh. Apparently it was used to help the Soviet pilots sight their enemies, but it's kind of an obstruction in the game, especially since we already have this obvious white circle that we can aim with. But still looks like a nice plane. By the way, I don't think any of the recon planes will have the ability to have bombs. And also, since we're going to be ending soon, let me just tell you about the recon planes real quick. The recon planes, they'll be the first plane, of course, like I said. They will be the tier 1 planes. And these tier 1 planes will have a specialist ribbon where you can unlock the ammunitions that I mentioned earlier, of course. And oh, that's cool, I didn't notice that. There is a... See those white streaks coming off the edges of the plane? That's because it's at a tanker speed. Ooh, also they added a feature where when you're going top speed or near top speed with your plane kind of shakes like in real life. That's pretty interesting. Moving more towards the realistic side, as I said. I like that. Still kind of World of Warplanes, but you know, it's an improvement. I believe there are 2 more changes, maybe 1 more change that I want to cover, and that's pretty much it. Lastly, here I believe we have a change to the P-38. Yeah, it looks a lot larger, as you might have noticed. That's nice, actually, because I believe they made it closer to real-life specifications, which is nice, because I believe the P-38 was pretty large, and now it looks large, and the hitbox is probably larger. So, not quite as much American plane dominance as I've complained about in the past. Not even sure, though, if I was saying the right thing, like saying what's rightfully OP or not, because honestly, I'm just really salty from all the American planes shooting me down. Might just be an ass pilot, but you know, whatever, dude. Once again, thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video. Hopefully, soon the update will roll out. We'll be able to check out these sick new recon planes. And sorry, I'm like, what, a week late to the party on these? But I don't think mostly everyone knew about them because they only just started posting it in the news section on Steam for the game. So that's pretty good. Anyways, thanks for watching, comrades. I might actually come back to the game now. Maybe. Still waiting for those sick tank changes, but hopefully it'll be within the next few builds. Thanks, comrades, for watching. See you next time.